Usyk. That's the fight people are going to be thinking of now. Remember, of course, you fought Usyk, as everyone knows, the amateurs. How would that fight go, you think, man? Is it two skilled guys and the bigger skilled guy beats the smaller skilled guy kind of fight, or what do you think, Shawn?
Usyk can beat him to the punch.
He did have problems with Valine, who's a southpaw.
Tyson Fury has to be in shape for Usyk. I got a feeling, I don't even really like using that term in shape. He's got to be in supreme condition in order to fight Usyk. That's not a 5 or 6 round fight. I don't care how big you think Tyson Fury is. It's not a 5 or 6 round fight because Usyk knows how to roll off his shots. Usyk knows how to use his feet. Usyk knows how to grab and clinch and things like that. Everything that a lot of the things that Deontay needs and needed in this fight, Usyk can do all of those things. So this is not a 5 or 6 round fight. It goes into the later rounds. I think it goes the distance, and I do think that that could be the fight where we see the fight that Anthony Joshua versus Oleksandr Usyk. It was a really good boxing match. Tyson Fury versus Oleksandr Usyk is a fantastic boxing match. X's and O's, chess match, game plan, all that. I mean, like it's one of those fights you see it all unfold right in front of your eyes.
You don't count out the Ukrainian, I see.
No, I don't.
Thank you, Shawn.
I know who I was in the ring with.
Those are the words of Shawn Porter as he breaks down Usyk versus Fury. And he says Fury has to be in extreme conditioning, not just in shape, but extreme conditioning. And he has to be that way because Oleksandr Usyk will always come in shape, and he knows what to do, and he knows a game plan. And see, I have to tell people, you're only good as your game plan. And if your game plan, and if you're able to execute your game plan, it's up to the other fighter to offset that, to stop you from doing that, to stop you from your objectives. That's what boxing is about, ultimately, as far as strategy-wise. Okay, sure, it's hit without being hit, but then it's a game plan. If a guy's able to fulfill his game plan, he's going to more than likely beat you. And what Shawn Porter was saying is like, hey, he can beat him to the punch. And I've been telling people that for a minute. Usyk can get in and get out. If you had Otto Valine, a guy we never heard of, a sparring partner of Anthony Joshua and Wilder back in the day, right? If he was able to do the things that he did to Tyson Fury and still go 12 rounds with Tyson Fury and get off and catch Tyson Fury at times in spots, what do you think Oleksandr Usyk's able to do? Sure, he's a little bit bigger. I get it. He's like 6'5". Usyk's like 6'3", right? But he's a southpaw nonetheless. What do you think he's able to do? We've seen Usyk in there with big guys. We just seen him in there with Anthony Joshua. How big is Tyson Fury from Joshua? I just saw Lennox Lewis and Tyson Fury face to face. Okay, you guys just saw it, right? He was congratulating Tyson Fury. Lennox Lewis is 6'4". That's an inch shorter than Usyk. But then he's looking at Tyson Fury eye level, standing, man to man. So what does that tell you? You guys, people pretend like Tyson Fury's way up here and then Usyk's like way up here. That's what people are looking at because they're looking, 6'9" and 6'3". Oh man, that's 6 inches. Okay. But what does that mean when these guys get in the square circle? What does that mean at that point? But I do agree with Shawn Porter. I think Usyk's fast enough to beat Tyson Fury to the punch in some exchanges. I think Tyson Fury is able to flick that jab out and use that jab. So that's going to be the interesting thing because Fury's going to come with those feints. He's going to come with those feints. And then when Usyk's coming in with his punching, he's going to try to time him with that right uppercut, okay? Because that's a punch, and then follow with the left hook. You know what I mean? He might try to grab Usyk, which would be smart to do. And he has to show him that he's the bigger man, right? But who's to say that will happen, because Usyk can get in and get out, right? Also, he has to be in shape. He has to be in extreme conditioning, because if he's not, Oleksandr Usyk is going to exploit that, and then he's going to tell when Tyson Fury gets tired. And that's going to be a totally different battle for Tyson if he's tired and he's not in the shape that he's supposed to be in just because he runs every day because of mental illness. That doesn't cut it. He has to do that and then some and then much more to be in shape from a guy that small, that quick, that talented. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Shawn Porter breaking down Tyson Fury taking on Oleksandr Usyk. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunched. Peace.